Hey, thanks for tuning in to this video on discovery groups. Whether you are thinking about participating in a group for the first time or maybe thinking about leading a group, we hope this video will be helpful for you to just get an overview of what they are, what we are hoping happens in the groups, and why we are excited about them. And we are excited about them. We feel like these are helping you do some key things that are going to help you go deeper in your knowledge of God and His Word. It's going to help you build relationships with other people, and also going to help you figure out how you can be a blessing to other people and share what God is doing in your life with them. So I just want to talk about a few things with these groups. I want to talk about the content of these groups and also the approach of these groups. As I mentioned, the approach of these groups is that we're trying to do a number of things. We want to have time in God's Word. We believe that that is foundational to God's people, that as they gather, they should read His Word, they should talk about it. But it's also, we want to build community with others and get to know the people that we are in church and know what's going on in their life and how we can be a blessing to one another, be praying for one another. We also want to talk about how we can share what God's doing, how we can be a blessing to other people. And all of those are vital components of these groups. It's a bit unique with discovery groups because there's a lot of people that have been in a Bible study. You go to Bible study, you talk about the Bible, the ins and outs, and it's an in-depth study of that passage, but it's really just focused on the Bible. You don't really get to know the people around, and there's not much of a missional component. Other people have been in community groups where it's all about, hey, let's get together, let's talk about what's going on in life, our ups, our downs, and what we're praying for, and let's do that with one another. There's a lot of focus on what's going on with each other, but not a lot of focus on the Word and mission. Other people have been in missional groups where it's all about who are we reaching, who are we inviting to group, let's get new people in, and that's fantastic. But we also feel like there needs to be that missional element with Bible, with community. And so in discovery groups, we're trying to do a little bit of all of these. We think all of these are important parts to our walk with Jesus. And so we want to make sure we're touching on those, where we're getting to know one another, the highs and lows of the week, the things that worry us and stress us out. But we also want to move from that and get into God's Word, to study it, to read it, to know what it says. And we also want to be looking at being a blessing to other people. So discovery groups are unique in that. So you'll see that there are components of these in which you're able to share what's going on in life, but it's going to be a bit of a measured time in that. We don't have the whole night to just talk through your low points for the week. We do want to hear that, but we also want to make sure that we get into God's Word, because God's Word is probably going to help you with your struggles in life. And so we want to hear those struggles, but we want to get into God's Word and talk about it. So that's a big thing with discovery groups, and it's also just the process. You're going to see that these things, there's a logical progress each night of talking about what's going on in life and things you may see in the world, the needs that people have. Also getting into God's Word and what it says and how that might encourage you. And then what do you do with that? You study God's Word. How might you apply it? A lot of times when I'm in group, I realize that what I was worried about and stressed out and struggling with that week, man, that passage, it spoke to me. And now I have some takeaways that brings others into my life and what I'm trying to do, what I feel God calling me to do. And then the final part is, what can you share? Man, you just encountered God through His Word, and it's relevant to your life. Let's share that with other people. Let's talk about who we might share that and what might you say. Let's be sharpening one another with that. So that's the approach of discovery groups. I also want to talk about the content of discovery groups. These groups are based on 7 journeys. Each journey consists of a series of Bible reading passages, and each journey it covers a key identity of a follower of Christ, things that we think are big ticket items. If you're going to follow Christ, you need to understand this. You need to understand that we are worshipers, that we are followers, that we are family members. We're people who are connected to one another in the church. We're stewards. God has blessed us. We need to be faithful stewards. We are witnesses. We want to share what He's done in our life. All of these are key elements of following Jesus that we think people need to know these and take time to study them. They're things that we think will have a big impact on people as they read through these passages firsthand, to know what God's Word says about these topics, and so that they can apply it to their lives. So we're really excited about this. We hope that you'll see the format and what we're trying to do, and know it's going to give you a rich time in God's Word, rich time with other people, and it's also going to be something that can really shape you and spur you on. And we've seen that happen with people that have gone through this, and we're just full of faith that as we take more people through this, you're gonna grow stronger in your walk with God. That is the goal, to grow stronger in your walk with God, more confident in Him, and also growing in your abilities to be a blessing to other people. So hope you'll jump into group. Hope you'll enjoy it. Just believe God is going to use it in your life. Thanks for tuning in. You can watch the following videos if you want to get a better understanding of how to lead people through discovery groups.